Hey guys, welcome back to Trail Spec Moto. So today we're talking about tires. If you've been searching for the ultimate dual sport tire like I have, you've probably come across the Dunlop D606 rear and the Pirelli MT21 front. This tire is popping up on internet forums, social media platforms, YouTube, you name it. That tire is coming up as the be-all, end-all dual sport tire combo. So I've decided to put a set on the DR-Z4S, so let's jump on the bike and see what all this hype's about.
All right guys, we're out here on some dirt roads and we're going to test out straight line acceleration. So I'm just going to accelerate super hard and see what kind of grip I've got on the rear tire. And we're going to do some extreme, like emergency braking, just to see what kind of grip I've got on this front tire. All right guys, so that thing is really biting in super hard. Accelerating on this dirt, I can barely even get the rear tire to slip at all, and I was hammering on those brakes like I was in a die-hard emergency, and that front tire did not give out or wash out one bit. I may as well have been on a sport bike with some sticky tires as far as braking was concerned back there. So that was really impressive. A little bit looser rock right here. Let's see. Yeah, man, that front tire is biting in. I mean, I am hammering on these brakes. If I did that on the stock tire, for one, we'd have just been sitting back there spinning out on the rear tire. And if I grabbed the front brakes like I did just then, we would have washed the front end out for sure. No doubt about it. So that was very impressive versus what the stock tire felt like. To me, that's a good test to see what the tire is capable of before you really get into something tricky. Now this terrain right here has got a bit of sand mixed in with it here. I got a little bit of slippage just then on the rear brake. Man, that is super impressive. That back tire is so grippy that I can't even spin it in the dirt, guys. On the stock tire, I mean, I was just all over the place with the back end of the bike when I rolled back on the throttle in just about any gear, which admittedly was a whole lot of fun, but we get into some technical off-road terrain, that is definitely not going to be your friend. Pretty impressed, guys. Alright guys, so next I'm going to jump back out on the pavement. I want to see what this thing feels like just on the road. A lot of times when you have a knobby tire, it feels very squirmy or squirrely on the pavement. Sometimes you get some head shake above 60 miles an hour. I just want to check it out and see what kind of performance we can expect on the street. Alright guys, so accelerating on the street, I'm not noticing a whole lot of difference. I will say that the DR-Z4S is very torquey low down, and the tire sizes that I was able to get in that Dunlop D606 was a 120/90 on the side profile, and the stock tire is a 120/80, so this 90 is going to be a good bit taller than that 80. And what that does is it increases that final drive ratio. I'd almost compared it to dropping a tooth on the rear sprockets. You're going to get a little bit more top end, and you're going to lose a little bit of that bottom end grunt. I don't know if maybe the tire size is available somewhere. I could not find it in the exact stock size. But keep in mind, this is a knobby. It's going to wear out a lot quicker than your stock tire. So once you start wearing the tire in, it's probably going to feel more like the stock tire did once you get some height taken off of it. But that is something I am noticing right off the bat, that the bike doesn't feel quite as torquey as it did on the lower end. So stepping out on the highway here, everything feels pretty smooth. I'm not noticing a whole lot of difference in stock versus how the bike turns in, stability, or anything like that. The only thing I can really say is it's just a lot noisier. The front tire has a bit of a whine sound to it. Sounds like a rear end going out in a car or something, and it seems like it's only straight up. So if I put a little lean on the bike, get off that center line, it's actually relatively quiet for a knobby, but dead straight up it does have a bit of a whiny sound, which is a 90-10 tire. It's not going to be quiet, so that's to be expected. But as far as on-road performance, I'm not really noticing anything crazy. I don't have any head shake right now. We're bumping 60 to 65, and the bike is very stable. A lot of times on a knobby, you get up to around 65, things can get kind of scary. But right now, we're hitting 65. This road's kind of rough. I'm not really feeling a whole lot of difference in stock. Pretty impressed actually for a 90-10 tire. I'm going to just jolt the bars a little bit, see if we get any head shake. So if you kind of watch the bars, when I give it a quick little jolt there, it does wobble back and forth just ever so slightly for a second before it stabilizes. That's very characteristic of a knobby tire, so nothing crazy. It immediately stabilized itself, so compromise-wise, I don't feel like we're giving up a lot. So I'm pretty impressed with that. As far as a fresh set of tires goes, I don't really have a whole lot left to report to you. Once I wear this set out, I'm going to give you my full honest review and opinion. I really appreciate you guys supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this type of content, please hit that like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys on the next one.